So welcome back, everybody. We are Boys on Film, delivering another film review from the London Film Festival 2022. My name is Phil. Over on the right is Sean Vickers.
I'm always on the right. I'm not right wing.
No, definitely not right wing. Yeah, so a film that's been getting a lot of buzz, particularly on Twitter at the London Film Festival this year, is No Bears. I haven't had a chance to watch this. I will be watching it in the week. Maybe we can do a little update at some point, but you've seen it, so over to you. No Bears.
Yeah, so this is a film by Jafar Panahi, who actually stars in the film, written, directed, produced by Jafar Panahi. It's in Persian and Azerbaijani, and it tells the story of two parallel love stories, one across the border of Iran and Turkey. So one is a love story that's happening in Turkey that the director of film is following and guiding on the border, but he is in Iran. He can't cross the border illegally. So he's filming a love story about a couple trying to get their passports, fake passports, to get into Europe. Where he is in Iran, there's parallel stories. He is in a very small religious village with a lot of very strange and odd customs, and he gets embroiled in a local storyline about a couple that have been betrothed to each other from the date of their birth. You're following him making this film, which is, set in Turkey, which is real, so it's a documentary style, and they're following the story of this couple trying to escape and get into Europe. And then also he has this very localized storyline where he is in this very small Iranian village with a lot of very unique customs.
Is it a film that's hard to categorise? Because I saw the trailer and I wasn't quite sure what kind of film it was or what mood it was. And I mean, the genre, I think, is hard to put it into a box. Is it a drama? Is it romance? Is it a bit of a thriller? Because I think it was in the Dare strand, wasn't it, this year?
Yeah, it was. It's not. I wouldn't put it into a thriller, and I wouldn't put it into romance. It is a drama. I think he portrays himself as this filmmaker who's got his eyes open. He's aware of what's going on across the border. The reason why he wants to document this couple being able to get out of Turkey, they're Iranian and they've obviously got across the border to Turkey. The reason he wants to document is to show that there is hope. So he wants to capture these people moving through the process, whether illegally or legally, as a beacon of hope, I believe. And it follows the story of the couple in Turkey. Now, I'm not going to give away what happens. It's not all rosy in the garden, let's put it that way. So he's this guy who's who's big Tehran superstar director. The village are like, why are you in your big fancy car? Why are you here in this tiny village on the border of Turkey? And it is all to do with this filmmaking process. And so he is trying to basically keep himself to himself, but then gets embroiled in this localized love tryst where, because he's a filmmaker and a documentarist, he's constantly taking videos and films and whatnot. And someone sees him doing something and they want him to be kind of like to mediate a situation because they believe he has evidence to mediate it. And so he's got a localized situation and then this bigger story. So it's very macro, micro. But it's very enjoyable. Very, very enjoyable.
So this film's been getting a buzz. I mean, like we said at the beginning, a lot of people have rated this highly. Your husband liked it probably a bit more than you, though, is that right? You sent a message saying that.
Well, it was interesting because he said to me, it reminds me of the local village that I grew up in South Lebanon, where everyone's in everyone's business. So he was like, this is just like my village, where everyone knows everything about everyone and they're governed weirdly by customs and fear. So he really resonated with him. He was like, I kind of understand this localized village situation that's happening. So yeah, he did enjoy it more than I did, but I just think it was more he could reference and understand. For me, I was like, is this fictitious? But he was like, it's closer to the truth than you think, which is basically everyone's in everyone's business.
And the title No Bears, that comes from?
So there's a line in the film where he's walking out of the village and one of the villagers says, don't walk home that way, there are bears, but it's actually a lie. He actually goes, there's no bears. So it's a loose sentence out of the film, but it's not necessarily linked entirely to the nature of the film itself. Okay,
so final verdict, no bears. Star rating, Sean?
I mean, I'm going to give it a 3-star. I enjoyed it. It's about, I want to say, and don't quote, I think it's about 1 hour 40, the runtime. It was good. It was interesting. And, Jafar Panahi is the central character in all of it. You know, he is the protagonist in this film, and it ticks along nicely. And it tells, you know, it's there for a purpose. So I can understand why it's getting a lot of buzz, because it's a great piece of Iranian filmmaking.
Excellent. So we've got a couple of shorts which I'm going to watch in the week. So we'll come back and do our review of those. It's The Pass and Outdoors. Those are the two that you've seen already. I think you've probably seen more, actually. Have you?
I probably have. Yeah, The Pass and Outdoors, which we'll do later, are quite racy.
Wow. Okay, that's good. Even more determined to watch those now. We like the racy shorts. Like last year, do you remember? Was it BFI Flair? I think there was one.
Oh, there was
one quite racy.
There was one that I watched about 4 times.
The Orgy in the Sea.
It was one in a lake, and it was full on.
Yeah, very memorable short, that one.
All in the name of Art House.
Of course. So make sure you subscribe. Plenty more London Film Festival reviews coming for 2022. Thanks as always for watching. Thank you, Sean, and we'll see you on the next one.